It's Sean Modry here. And if you're looking for an all-in-one website lead generation solution that's going to help you generate more business in 2024, then I might have something for you to take a look at. I just had the unique opportunity to have a one-on-one preview of what CINC is offering for their package for 2024. And if you don't know, it is outstanding. And so you don't have to take the time. Take a look at what we put together for you on our 2024 review of CINC Pro.
And so let's do this. Let's jump into CINC. Let me introduce you to who we are. And then I'm sure there'll be some other questions come up as we walk through this together. And we're going to start here. What CINC is and who we are is we were founded a little over 14 years ago. We're actually owned by our parent company, Fidelity National Financial, which is the largest title insurance company in the nation. And we've got a lot of experience in this. It's not as if we're one of those fly-by-night companies that have just generated over the weekend, so to speak. We've been doing this a while. We work with a little over 60,000 agents up to this point. A little bit of stats around last year. We generated over 5 million leads, and we were actually tied to a little over 75,000 reported transactions. Reported transactions meaning those that have actually been reported to us. But at the end of the day, I think what really matters is that we're that type of company that actually does what we say we're going to do. We're a believer that technology and a CRM specifically is really only as good as the leads you put in it. And I think you'd agree with that too, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's jump into our three-tiered solution, right? Or our three-pronged solution. So we are an all-in-one solution. And what we're going to do today is we're going to break apart our three-part solution. We're going to start with our consumer website. We're going to talk about why do we build the website? What purpose does it serve? And why is it different from what you currently have today? And then secondly, we're going to talk about our approach for lead generation. It's a little bit different from what most real estate agents have been accustomed to online, and most specifically other folks in our space. They do things a little bit differently than what we do, so we'll touch on those too. And then last but not least, we'll get into the CRM, also known as the conversion platform, which is really going to help you in terms of that area that you just mentioned around nurturing, right? Nurturing. So what we're going to do is we're going to perform a keyword analysis around those points of interest in those school districts and those neighborhoods. And we're going to go out to Google and we're going to start intercepting those folks and start driving them directly to your site. So again, not rocket science, really straightforward. Let's go where people are going. Let's drive them to your site. And then from that point, we can start actually capturing that lead. So here's
to be clear on this, obviously we don't have beautiful lakes here in Colorado with houses that back to it. That's not very common for us. However, golf courses are very popular here. So I could use that as a way to market myself around golf course properties.
I think it's a great point, right? That as well as gated home communities, as well as, we work with folks that are out of Texas that are focused in on horse farms.
Okay.
Got down in Florida, equestrian areas. So there's unique aspects of every market that draws people in. And you're hitting the nail on the head, Sean. It's all about how can we take this individual agent in their unique market and then be able to market around the attributes of why someone's actually looking to move there. So you're spot on. Now let's talk about driving that person in and how do we actually create a lead? Because that's important, right? So if someone comes in, they find a home they're interested in, they're going to come in, they're going to click on it. When they do that, we're going to put a 3-step registration process in front of them. It's 3 steps. Now, why do we do 3 steps? It's because over the course of time, what we've come to realize is that there needs to be some sort of quality control in there. And that quality control is putting someone through somewhat of a process that actually takes some sort of effort and some time. So by the time someone gets to a listing, which this is what our listings look like. So when you think about someone going beyond registration, coming in, looking at homes, what you'll see is that page load times are fast. The experience is beautiful. And at the end of the day, what we've got to be able to do is be able to supply that person with something that is of value. Why would they want to keep coming back? So aesthetically, it needs to look appealing. And then it needs to provide all the information it possibly can about that particular property. Now, as you see, we're embedding ourselves, or we're pulling all this information from your MLS. By the time someone gets here, it's important you will know as an agent, are they a first-time home buyer? Are they pre-qualified for a loan? What's their time frame for making a purchase? And then last but not least, do they have a home to sell? What we're going to do at this point is we're going to ask them for their address, and we're going to run a home pulse analysis for them, which is our home-based solution for providing a valuation of what their home is worth.
Awesome.
And and this is great, right? Think about it as an agent. So now you're getting a lead. 2 out of every 3 are telling you they have a home to sell. We're teeing up the opportunity for you so that we make that warm conversation for you as an agent to say, hey, I know you were looking for a home in our area. It appears that you've got a home to sell. We've run an evaluation for you, but I personally would like to come out, take a look at your home, and be able to give you a more precise valuation of that home. Good technology is a safety net. Okay. And understand what I just said there. It's a safety net. There will never be a replacement for a phone call from an agent. There never will be. And you managing a team, you need to have, you need to hold your agents accountable to being able to pick up the phone, make those calls, have those personal conversations, because there is no substitute. But we have a artificial intelligence solution. Her name is Alex. She is a humanized AI assistant that will work on behalf of your team, again, as a safety net. So what happens here is let's say switchboard Sarah reaches out to a member of your team and they're not available. Well, you can set parameters around the timing of when CINC or when the AI will reach out on their behalf. You can set it at 5 minutes, you can set it at 10 minutes. And what will happen is that Alex will reach out on their behalf as an assistant, trying to engage with that lead to be able to pass that lead on when it's what we call agent ready. And an agent ready lead is someone who merely wants to take the conversation from a text message to a phone call, right?
Okay.
That's what we want, right? So what you'll find with our AI is that our AI will actually ask a number of questions that are really more of the why behind the what. We know the what. We know they're actively looking for a home. We know the price range. We know their time frame. All of that we've captured at registration. What we want to be able to do is we want to be able to understand, why do they need a 3-bedroom home, right? Why are they moving to the area? Build that rapport. But the follow-up is spectacular because the AI didn't just follow up once or twice or 3 times. It actually followed up a total of 7 times before it got the response that we all would want.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, I apologize. I've been working nights, but I'm actively looking for a home. So this is a situation where you had a lead fall through the cracks, that the AI provided the safety net to make sure that that lead didn't completely fall through the cracks, right? Because you can see from here, one, you can see that they're already a past client at this point, which means this was a successful interaction. But you'll
Yeah.
start to see that in the conversation here, hey, I'm planning on starting the process of using my 401k for the down payment. So I point that part out because, we've all had interactions with various chat bots or AIs in the past, and they were lackluster, right? And I'll
So
tell you
this
that
whole conversation is the AI. This
it's
is not
all
the agent.
it's all AI and the
Wow.
client.
Yeah, I'm
Every
reading these responses and they're actually they're really good.
They are. And what I can garner from this is that this person, this lead, this active home buyer does not think that this is a computer system. Because
No.
if they did, they would not be sharing that information. And that's the key part, right? So I think what it comes down to is that agents need to start embracing AI, but they need to be cautious while doing so. And they need to leverage technology or even invest in companies that have spent the time to be able to train the
Mhm.
AI. Agents that move over to us find themselves where they're thinking about, a CRM a little bit differently, because I think what you'll find is that an agent, once they're getting good leads into a CRM, and this thing goes for I'd say a team lead and even a broker as well. You might be out there and you might be struggling with agent adoption with your teams. You might be finding yourself where you're like, hey, you know what, my agents are not using the technology. And what I'll tell you is that you've got to create what I like to call a honeypot. A honeypot is it's it's something that essentially helps an agent understand, why should I spend time in here, right? Well, a honeypot is going to be a place where they're making money. And I think at the end of the day, if your CRM has got the right types of leads in it, then all the technology seems to work well, and your agents love the CRM. You'll find that they're in it more than they've ever been in any other CRM. So if we jump into the CRM itself, and that's what you're looking at here. First off, what you're greeted with is something that's aesthetically pleasing. It's great, sharp colors, looks like fabulous marketing material, which is nice. But it's all about you being able to understand, at least on this screen, really what does my investment look like, and what's happening here. So what you're seeing here on this dashboard is it's a rundown on volume of leads that's been coming in, top cities within your market, and it's giving you some insight into those lead sources that are plugged into the hub, right? And that's what the CINC CRM is, right? It's a place for you to be able to funnel all your different lead sources into and be able to manage all of those from here. There's a lot of companies that talk about service, and they talk about how they're going to take care of their clients and that they're a true partner. But I've yet to see anyone that actually lists a dedicated account manager with their direct line number, with access to their calendar prevalently inside the platform, so that they know, hey, we're here for you, right? We're in it to win it with you. And I think that this is evidence of that, as well as our whole community that we've created, right? Because
So this is what somebody I can call if like I come in on Monday and I'm frustrated about something or I have questions. This is what the person I call. I don't have to sit on a 1-800 number.
no, you don't. I mean, of course, after hours, we've got the support to where you're going to need to talk to somebody, and we've got people working. But I
Yeah.
think that it's having that partner. And again, the person that's there that knows your name, that understands your business, that's gotten to know your agents. Yeah, that's right there. It's not just technology, it's not just leads. It's about knowing that you're not alone and knowing that you've got a company that stands with you. And I think that everything we've talked about today kind of lends to that, even including the guaranteed sales program.
With the guarantee program, you know, looking at the other marketing options that I have available to me right now, I can't think of something that else that's going to guarantee a success rate and something that I think is actually going to enhance the business that I'm already doing. I think being able to plug in some other systems into what I'm already doing is it going to actually increase my conversion there too. So I'm excited about that part too.